What up, y'all? It's another Saturday, another Mott's West podcast. We got a jam-packed episode today, so hang on in, and we're gonna get right into it. I just want to first of all say Happy Wing Day. Today, if you didn't know, Saturday, July 29th is Wing Day. A lot of your wing restaurants have specials today. You can get free wings at Wingstop and free Buffalo Wild Wings. You can get bone-in or boneless wings at Buffalo Wild Wings with a $10 purchase. I believe you have to dine in. If you go to Instagram, she's not associated with me, or that account has nothing to do with me, just a free plug. I think my phone heard me because it actually gave me 6 free wings at Buffalo Wild Wings. Anyway, so if you go to the Crazy Coupon Lady on Instagram, she actually has a lot more places where you can get free wings today or free wings with purchase. She's got a lot of deals on there, so go check that out if you can get to this podcast and have the time. I'm going to go ahead and put that up there on the YouTube so you can actually see the account, but it's Crazy Coupon Lady with a K. Anyway, let's get into the big news of the week.
The big story of the week was this.
Okay, so these past couple of weeks I've been talking about wrestlers on the move, big name wrestlers. This, I believe, is confirmed through multiple sources. Brian Pillman Jr. from AEW, son of the late Brian Pillman, is headed to WWE to be part of NXT. And he reportedly will be moving there, and he'll be moving to Florida in August to start training and setting up to be part of NXT, which will actually make me want to watch NXT. And I have more on NXT coming up in Living Their Best Week. Also, Roosh, which I didn't put in my notes, apparently he's in the middle of some heat himself. Roosh, former ROH champion, that's R-U-S-H, but it's pronounced Roosh, brother of, oh my gosh, he has a couple of brothers that are in AEW, not El Serpentico, but, oh my gosh, I can't think of his brother, but him and his brother were both champions in ROH. They're of Mexican descent, and he has another brother that's in NXT already. So apparently he's been offered a deal by WWE, and he's in hot water with AEW because he's been basically tweeting about how great AEW is, but now people don't know where he wants to go. You're going to have to Google the story. But he's in the middle of both deals between, well, he's in the middle of figuring out whether he's going to accept WWE's offer to go to NXT or AEW doing a new deal with them. So anyway, he's having a confusing week, it sounds like, but let's see which show is
Living my best week.
alright. So as you know, we go through the shows. Wrestling is on Saturday through Saturday now, 6 days out of the week, and we're going to go through the main events, which is the most important part of the show, so that you know what's actually going on in their company. And we're going to start off with Saturday, which is, and I finally got that right, Saturday was a pretty good show. In a trios tag team championship match, the House of Black defeated the Acclaim and Daddy Ass. And Daddy Ass, Billy Gunn, as you know, formerly of the New Age Outlaws and D-Generation X, has been blaming himself for the Acclaim's recent defeats and failures. And this kind of took the cake because he got pinned in them losing the opportunity to win the Trios Championships. And at the end of the match, he unlaced his boots, took them off, and left them in the middle of the ring, which for wrestlers, that means you're retiring. You're done. And he walked out on a very sad note, so that was a very sad night for the Billy Gunn and the Acclaimed. Well, who knows where that's going to go. Also on the show, the beginning of the show, Ricky Starks opened the show, and he was confronted by CM Punk on how he won the Owen Hart tournament. And of course, you know, Ricky Starks won the Owen Hart tournament by using the ropes to help him pin CM Punk. CM Punk kind of called him out on it, and Ricky Starks said, hey, years to come, they're not going to count how I did it, they're going to count how many times I got the win. And so that didn't sit well to him. And so then Christian comes out and with Luchasaurus and the TNT Championship basically says he's tired of waiting. Him and Luchasaurus, as the TNT Champion, are obligated to appear on the show. So he wanted to come out and get it over with, and then said that, hey, CM Punk, how does it feel to have a belt that you didn't win? This pissed off Darby Allin, who came out after Christian, grabbed his mic, because Darby Allin, as you know, the winner of Royal Rampage last week, has a shot at the TNT Championship and suggested a tag team match, CM Punk and Darby Allin versus Christian and Ricky Starks. So, during the match, which was the main event, Ricky Starks once again used the ropes to help pin Darby Allin. So, moving on from that, we go to... Okay, so this one I kind of liked because there was a mid-show main event. And the mid-show main event, basically it centered around the Judgment Day and Dom, the North American champion. There was Dom defending his North American championship against Sami Zayn. And Kevin Owens basically got attacked and injured by the Judgment Day. And that's how Sami Zayn got distracted so Dom could get the win. So, that was Raw. There was a main event, but I brain farted on it, so I can't bring that to you. But what I did want to get into was NXT 2.0 or NXT now. It seems that they're going back to the old NXT formula, which was, instead of being just for the rookies, it seems like it's going to be a kind of ROH type of show of its own. Basically, you're going to have the new up-and-comers, superstars that are kind of having trouble on the main roster, kind of refining themselves. Like you have Baron Corbin, and then you have Apollo Crews going back there. So it's going to become a thing. And as a matter of fact, they have a pay-per-view coming up, the Great American Bash, where Gable Stevenson, the Olympic wrestler who's got a WWE contract, is going to take on Baron Corbin. So we might have to start putting in NXT in the best week lineup. So then we go to Wednesday, AEW Dynamite. In the beginning, AR Fox challenged Orange Cassidy for his Atlantic Championship. And this was a match that actually Darby Allin petitioned for the week before, because if you know, when Darby Allin was homeless, AR Fox took him in, so Darby Allin wanted to kind of return the favor and get him a title shot because AR Fox wasn't quite there yet. But in the match, you know, AR Fox lost to Orange Cassidy, got frustrated at the end, and cheap-shotted Orange Cassidy, which pissed Darby Allin off, you know, of course, because his name was on that match, and he was involved in getting him that shot. So, later on that night, there was a match between Darby Allin and Swerve Strickland, his longtime enemy of the Mogul Embassy, and AR Fox came back out to attack Darby Allin and join the Mogul Embassy, which was, ooh, that's bad. So in your main event, the Lucha Bros won a triple threat tag team match against the Blackpool Combat Club and the BCC. And they're now feuding. Basically, the BCC and the best friends, that's going to be something to watch. And now, moving on, trying to go as quickly as possible, but being as detailed as possible. So, Impact Wrestling, again, you have dual main events going on, which I like. You had the Time Splitters facing Moose and Myers. The Time Splitters are, of course, Kushida and Alex Shelley from when they were back in New Japan together. And the Time Splitters basically got the drop on Moose and Myers, defeating them. But then out came Bully Ray to help Moose and Myers jump Shelley and Kushida. And Josh Alexander came out to help Shelley and Kushida because, you know, he has a match coming up with Shelley for the Impact World Championship, and he probably wants to make sure he gets 100% of, or Alex Shelley at 100%. But then Leo Rush comes out to help Bully, Moose, and Myers jump our good guy friends. So before he said he wasn't there to make friends, but he knows that, okay, in order to cash in his X Division Championship for a shot at Alex Shelley's World Championship, exercising option C, he's got one obligated to defend the X Division Championship against Kushida first, and then he has to go beat Alex Shelley, so which means it's to his advantage to join up with Bully, Moose, and Myers. But with just when you thought it was 3-on-4, Alex Shelley's partner from the Motor City Machine Guns, Chris Sabin, comes out and evens up the odds. They catch Leo Rush, beat him up, throw him out of the ring, end of show. And now we come to Rampage on Friday night. Rampage, again, continues to disappoint. Basically, there was, I think the best things that they've had on Rampage was basically the battle royals that they've had. And Brian Cage and Big Bill, formerly Big Cass, they won a tag team battle royal. They're going to face the winners of FTR and Better Than You Baby for a shot at the World Tag Team titles next Collision. And Hikaru Shida defeated Nyla Rose to become the #1 contender for the women's title. Ooh, okay. So that was Rampage. Again, disappointing, but nonetheless, I digress. Okay, so Friday Night SmackDown kind of picked up a little bit. Started off with, it was supposed to start off with Jey Uso. Main event, Jey Uso talking about his upcoming match, Tribal Combat with Roman Reigns. And he was immediately cut off by Roman Reigns saying, hey, this is the champion's hour. The champion starts the show. The Tribal Chief starts the show. And he basically says, how do you think you can beat me when you had, Jimmy, your tag team partner, your brother helping you, and you don't have him anymore? And basically he says that, hey, I did it once before, so I could do it again. So then backstage, Jay goes and runs into Grayson Waller. And Grayson Waller talks some mess and says, hey, you know what, after you lose at SummerSlam, you could be on my show. Jay didn't like that too much and basically knocks Grayson Waller out. And Grayson Waller ends up, asking for a match against Jay because he's got his feelings hurt. So Jey Uso and Grayson Waller have a match at the main event of SmackDown, and out comes Roman and Solo. And after Jay wins the match against Waller, Roman and Solo weren't happy about that. So Roman sends in Solo to attack Jay. And, of course, Jay dodges the attack, hits Solo with a super kick, kicks his head off once again, his own brother, Solo Sikoa. Roman comes in to try and follow that up. Jay hits Roman with his own move, the spear, by the way, which was the same match he used to beat Grayson Waller with a little while ago. But Solo recovered right before Jay could lay the splash on Roman. knocked him off the ropes, and Roman and Solo hit Jey Uso with the spear combo spike not once but twice. So, yeah. So that was the end of SmackDown. And when we come back, it's going to be Mott Sports West. I got a lot of good Rams sound, some Lakers news, and of course some Dodgers news. And we're going to see what we've been watching. And I'm going to let you know what I've been watching. And we're going to talk about some food on travel.
What up, y'all? This is Mott's of the Mott's West Podcast. If you want to advertise here on the Mott's West Podcast or run a promo, become a sponsor, have a question, comment, or just want to hit me up, you can find me on Twitter at Matts_West. That's MATTS_West. On Instagram at Mott's West Podcast or MottsWestPodcast@gmail.com.
Our coaching did a horrible job. The players did a horrible job. We got our ass kicked.
That's the great thing about sports. You play to win. And I don't care if you don't have any wins.
All right, y'all, let's get into it. Mott Sports West. Well, let's start it off with the Lakers. Some unfortunate news. Bronny James, LeBron James' son, had cardiac arrest at USC practice on Monday. He was taken to USC Medical Center, and they treated him. Thursday, he was released home. And just this morning, some actual good news that came out of that. He was actually up and playing the piano, showing off one of his many talents on his dad's Instagram channel, LeBron's Instagram. So that was kind of cool to see that Bronny's back up and around and doing his, Bronny thing. Also in Lakers news, Jeannie Buss, in a recent interview on Thursday, said that when LeBron inevitably goes into the Hall of Fame, his jersey will retire. And people are asking, well, which jersey, number 6 or number 23? So it's probably going to be number 23 because number 6 is probably going to be retired by the Lakers. So it's probably going to be the number 23 jersey. Dodgers made some moves before the trade deadline. They got back Kike Hernandez and Joe Kelly. They also got Ahmad Rosario, shortstop from the Guardians, and Lance Lynn from the White Sox. But they had to trade away, unfortunately, Trace Thompson, who is the son of Michael Thompson and brother of Klay Thompson from the Golden State Warriors. So that was what happened. They're also looking to get Nolan Arenado from the Cardinals, an all-star platinum glove third baseman, which would be good for them. Because then that would move Mookie back to the outfield, and they can get some more bats. So today they play the Reds at 6:10 today, and tomorrow again playing the Reds at 1:10. They are at 58-44, which puts them at first place once again comfortably in the NL West. Now, let's go to the Rams. And so the Rams, ESPN, my peoples, my folks, had a good overview of the Rams this week. Mason, who part of the Mason and Ireland show on ESPN, did an interview on his own Culture Pop podcast with Kevin Demoff, the Rams general manager, and they addressed the tanking issue. And I would like to play for you what Kevin Demoff's answer is to people that think the Rams are going to tank for Kalen Williams, and Travis Rogers' better explanation of what the Rams are actually trying to do.
this afternoon, what should I ask him? And multiple people said this, and I know you've heard this, and give you a chance to respond. How do you respond when somebody says, the Rams are tanking for Caleb Williams?
Anybody who thinks we're tanking doesn't know Sean McVay, Les Snead, Stan Kroenke, and I'd include myself in that. Here's the thing. I fundamentally don't believe tanking works. Right? I mean, you can look at teams who notably tried to tank. Maybe the dog, and I don't think even the NFL actually tries to tank, but that's a whole different. Yeah. The teams who were perceived not to be good, the Dolphins, that year, the Texans last year, none of them wound up with the first pick. The Cleveland Browns did, maybe 1 of 39 or whatever it was, yeah. Right? And have nothing to show for it. Right at the end of the day, there's no way to tangibly tell your players and coaches they're not trying to win.
Okay, so that was Kevin Demoff answering the whole tanking perception that the Rams have. I want to play for you now Travis's better explanation of what the Rams are going to be doing this year.
Tanking is so incredibly negative, and it comes with a connotation of quitting. That's not what they're doing. What it is, and I've tried to come up with a label that's far more palatable, it's a strategic plan for long-term success. That's what they're setting up. What does that mean? Well, it means we need to have financial flexibility, which means getting rid of some expensive players. Yeah. It means we need to improve our draft capital, which means picking near the top of the draft for the first time.
And hold on to those picks.
Hold on to those picks. It means be flexible, have some options that come along. A strategic plan for long-term success is a much prettier way of saying.
Okay. So that was Travis Rogers explaining what the Rams are doing. But, I like it. I think it makes a lot of sense. And I think what makes sense is what you watching. Alright. So, I'm going to give a huge spoiler alert because I want to go into it. Huge spoiler alert. Like I said, I've been watching for the last 6 weeks Secret Invasion, which concluded with the 6th episode. And there's kind of a big reveal, spoiler alert. War Machine has been a Skrull for quite some time. And the question is, and they even ask it in the show, well, basically, if you don't know the premise of the show, is in Captain Marvel, we meet the Skrulls. Captain Marvel, as you know, is Carol Danvers, and this is the whole, it was a whole story of how Captain Marvel got her powers, how Nick Fury rose up in the ranks of S.H.I.E.L.D., kind of like doing his own thing, marching to the beat of his own drummer, and how he, of course, got the eye patch, why he needs the eye patch. In that movie, we meet the Skrulls. The Skrulls have been at war with the Kree, another alien race, and they've lost their home. Carol Danvers and Nick Fury discover the Skrulls, and they want to make peace with them, and they basically say, hey, look, we're going to find you a home, and then, boom, the blip happens. So this is the story of when the Skrulls decided to take it upon themselves to not only try and shoehorn their way into Earth, but basically take it over so that they're in power. And they do that because they're shapeshifters. They take the personalities of high-powered individuals in government around the world. So one of the people that gets kidnapped and replaced by a Skrull is War Machine, Brody. And in this, the question is, how long has he been a Skrull? And you have to actually go back and watch the Avengers movie. My guess, what they lead to is when they finally find him, he's in a hospital gown. So my guess, and this, go back and look. So I would say Civil War was when he was replaced. Because remember, he was shot down, crashed, and he was paralyzed as War Machine. And he was wearing a hospital gown. So when's the best time to switch Rhodey out? when he's in the hospital and he can't walk. Well, if you watch the movies kind of afterwards, I believe in Infinity War and Endgame, I believe he was walking. And definitely he was walking in Secret Invasion, where he was revealed to be a Skrull. So that's the only spoiler. So you might want to go check that out. I'm also wanting to watch this Golden Boy documentary that was highly recommended by NBA insider and ESPNLA radio host George Sedano. He says that it's Oscar De La Hoya basically telling all about his childhood, his boxing career, and all of the dirt and dark sides that he went through of it, being totally 110% honest and with clarity, transparency, I should say. So I'm going to watch that, and I'm going to report that back to you. So there you go. So now, let's get into some more interesting stuff, some more light-hearted stuff. And let's get into some traveling with some food. As you know, today is National Wing Day, and I actually last week talked about how I had some wings at in Las Vegas at the New York Food Hall. They were okay, so I took it upon myself in the latest episode of my vlog to show you how easy it is to make wings at home. You basically buy the wings, you don't have to season them. You just heat up some oil. You don't have to coat them with anything. You don't have to dredge them. Just basically take the wings out of the pack, put them in some hot oil, then make whatever sauce you want. Regular hot, lemon pepper. You might just like them just regular fried. No salt and pepper. You don't even need salt and pepper. You just need the wings, oil, and whatever you want to make your sauce. I teach you how to make regular buffalo and how to go hotter from there if you like hotter sauce. And lemon pepper wings that taste like the ones you get at Wingstop. Very easy. And I think this time, I'm going to bring you home to LA because there's a new trend. If you come to LA, what do you want? You want tacos. So I'm going to teach you guys how to make the latest trend in tacos, birria tacos with the consomme. So that's going to be on the next vlog episode, and I'm also going to post it here or talk about it here on the podcast. So hopefully you guys tune in for that. And I'm going to actually go get me some wings to celebrate National Wing Day. So see y'all next week. Hey.